8
What a
years.
day. It has been 8 years that we have been married, and it has been wonderful.
Mm.
Yeah. And so this has been a great time for us to escape. And we actually came up to Mackinac City and Mackinac Island before we got married. We came up here and visited in 2011 after I came back from Afghanistan.
That would be 9 years ago.
Yeah, that was 9 years ago. But 8 years ago, today, we were married, and so we're going to go through a few photos and just talk about some of the things that we experienced because we haven't looked at these in years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Well, this photo is of my Uncle John walking you down the aisle instead of your father.
yeah. Yeah, that was messed up. So it was about a week before the wedding. My dad had triple bypass. So
Yeah.
kind of a awkward, not awkward situation, more sorrowful.
Yeah. But he wasn't able to make it.
But remember, my dad had 4 daughters.
Right. And you were the fifth daughter, so
Yeah, he wasn't missing much.
yeah.
But your Uncle John had all boys, and so he said he was very honored
That
to do
we
it. Yeah,
that we asked him to walk you.
because it would have been
Yep.
Uncle Ted, but he had girls also that he walked both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, every time
Yeah.
I see that, I get a little upset. Sorry.
Yeah. And I remember when I was standing up there and watching you come in. I mean, I obviously while we were dating.
Mm-hmm. That's an emotional picture.
Yeah.
Very emotional. Sorry.
Obviously while we were dating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought you were beautiful, but
Can I have mascara lines?
as soon as you came through those doors in the back, I was just amazed.
So if I look at myself, if you look real close,
Uh-huh.
it's a mixture of emotions because I smiled when I saw you, and then I started crying. And Uncle John is not just holding my hand,
But he's studying you?
no, he's giving me a tissue.
Oh.
Because he kept telling me, "Don't cry, kid, don't cry, it's almost over." And so not only is he holding my hand, but he's also giving me a tissue. And I said, "What do I do with this?" And he said, "Well, when you're done, you just stuff it in your sleeve." And I was like, "Okay."
Okay. And here we are doing our unity candle.
Now, that one, was that the one that was staged, or did she actually take that photo?
I don't remember.
Because I know some of our photos were staged.
Well, these weren't.
Yeah.
This
No,
wasn't.
no.
No,
This
that
one
was the actual lighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one, I mean, I can't even remember half of what I was thinking.
I know, because so much of that was a blur.
It went by so fast. And just trying to remember the emotions and the feeling that you had
Mm-hmm.
when you were getting married. Like, it's something, it's like a first date. You can't forget that.
Yeah.
You just can't undo that memory. Or, well, that first date you can't
Yep.
forget, and weddings you can't
And
either.
there's the picture of us, which of course got me with my eyes closed, but
Mine
Yeah.
are half there. I think we were both tired.
well, the preparation, there was a lot involved going into it.
Yeah, we were, well, I was up because our wedding was at noon, and the hairstylist showed up at 10 o'clock. No, it was before that. It was 9 because your mom got ready and left first.
Okay.
And shortly after you and the guys left, and I had so much hair. That poor girl, it took her an hour to do my hair. And now I think about it and I can do mine in 15, 20 minutes. But she was just so adamant about getting every curl the same size, which I appreciate because I love a good curl.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel sorry for her because I had so much hair.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful dress too.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah.
I know this is
We couldn't get the train in a full shot. We had to
not with the other one.
Turn the camera.
And so here is our wedding party. So you have
all your brothers.
Yep, on my side is my brother. So next to me is Brian. So basically they're in order of age. It's Brian, then Trent, then Justin, then Shane.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool that they were in uniform because my 2 youngest brothers, as you see, joined the military. And then on the ladies' side,
okay, there's Jenny, Kristen, Melissa, and Destiny, and those girls were all dating your brothers. Well, except one.
Except for Kristen,
family.
she's
she
married
was
to my cousin Phil.
But she went graciously in the wedding party, and it was crazy because I barely knew these girls, and I gave them a color, and I said, "This is the color. Pick out whatever dress you want," because I wanted it, I guess, in a way to be unique.
Mm-hmm.
And each girl has a different personality, so it doesn't make sense to me to shove all of these girls in the same dress when they all have a different personality and a style, and none of them are wearing the same color shoes. None of them have their hair done the same way. They're all unique.
Yep.
And for our situation being so unique, I felt it was appropriate to give them a color and say, "Go wild, girls," whatever. And my maid of honor wore a slightly lighter dress, which was fine. She stood out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was totally cool with it.
Yep.
And then, of course, your brother as well. All but 2 were in a uniform of some sort.
Yeah.
So we should have let Brian wear his scrubs from the hospital and Trent wear his ironworker outfit. And then they all would have been in a uniform. And that would have saved us some money.
Yeah, as far as their tuxedos.
Wear your ironworker suit. Brian, wear your scrubs. Okay, that train was extra. Now that I look back at that train was extra. What was that, 6 feet? Yeah.
No, that's longer than that.
That
was, I want to say your train was either 12 or 14 feet.
Oh, it was so heavy.
Yeah, it was.
If I would have known how heavy that train was, I would have started CrossFit months before, so I could have drove that stupid thing. Or at least like, hey, let's have some flower girls drag my train for me. That was so extra.
Yeah.
If I ever had to get married again, I wouldn't wear that. We did things a little unconventional, YouTube, but we looked at it and we said yes. We basically said
we
yes.
both thought the dress was really pretty.
If I would have known how extra the train was, though,
I
might have said, can I get a shorter train?
Well, and you had some problems with that, with the train.
Yes.
And that's where this lady stepped in, Gloria, who's a friend of my mom's, and she's a seamstress.
Well, not only is she a seamstress, but she catered for weddings for years.
Okay.
And the dress had to be resized because I bought the dress on an American size And apparently British ladies don't have my hips. So if you remember, the seamstress had to make fabric come from somewhere to accommodate for my size 16 hips with my 14 waist of all things. Finding shorts is so difficult.
But didn't she have to do something to fix
Yes,
it so that you could
was-
attach the train?
It was crazy. So she comes in out of nowhere. I've never met this lady before,
Mhm.
ever. And I'm like panicking because we spent a lot of money on this dress. And when I had the area for the bustle tailored for my hips, I forgot to bring in the train for them to make the adjustment. I don't know where she pulls double-sided tape and safety pins from. White safety pins. Why do you keep that? But I was grateful she did. I don't know how she did it, but
Well, she knew.
that train did not come off. And then after all of our photos, there was a special way that she had to remove it. But
Mhm.
to this day, the dress, the train, everything is intact. Not a bit of tape stickiness is on it. There's no safety pins on it. She was a miracle worker, and I was so thankful for her.
Yeah, we're very thankful for Gloria.
She did wonders.
Yeah. Now here's yeah. This is our funny picture of the groomsmen.
Yeah, that's definitely
That's definitely us.
yeah.
Always silly.
Well, no, Brian's kind of looking like he's man of the month in that one. He's like,
Yeah.
all I can see is Shane, Justin. I don't know. I mean, is Justin's haircut even regulation?
No.
No. Well, he was already out by then, wasn't he? Justin was already out.
Yes.
You were already retired.
Yep.
Shane was still in. So
Yeah, 'cause-
he had a regulation haircut.
Yeah, I was. Well, my goal was to stay in for 6 more years.
Mhm.
I wanted to retire in 2018,
Wow.
and
Forcible retirements aren't bad.
yeah, so sequestration came around, and so I ended up getting forced into an earlier retirement. I had 25 years of service, but I had 23 qualifying years, and so I ended up retiring.
Attack of the birds out
But
here.
it's kind of funny in this picture, as my left arm's going back, it almost looks like I smacked Trent and he's falling back.
Poor
Which is
Trent.
really funny.
But you see he's sticking his leg out on purpose.
Yeah.
And he's resting it. It looks like he was about to rest it on Shane. And
Yeah, but it looks like I'm knocking Trent back. And he's like, whoa, I'm falling backwards. That's funny.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
That's a funny picture. And
All
then
right,
these.
so the Charlie's Angels. Because there was 5 of us. Why not?
Yeah.
Because there was 5 angels, weren't there?
Well, I mean, as far as the show was, there was 3. But
Oh.
when you take the ladies who came and went, I think maybe
There
there
was
was a total of
5
5.
angels.
Yeah.
But we were just having fun with it, and I don't know, it wasn't as humorous as you goofballs. I mean, you're having some girls trying to think of something, and
To be silly. Now this is Brian, my brother, and my cousin's Phil's wife, Kristen, and that was their silly pose, and so thought that was
they're rock stars.
that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can totally picture her rocking out. I mean, I've always been able to picture it to this day of Kristen rocking out to some like rock music, and I think she does. And then there's Brian. Oh,
Yeah.
Brian.
So that was a funny picture. And then this is hilarious.
and to
Shane.
this day, this is their relationship.
Yeah.
This sums up their relationship to this day. And
Yeah, so Shane's being all cool, and she's like, "What? What's this guy
right
doing?"
there, yeah.
Yeah.
I like her. I really like, out of all the ones that he chose. I mean, she's great. I really like her.
Yeah, Melissa's a neat person.
She is, and his daughter's adorable.
Yeah.
Their daughter is just, she's a little firecracker. What else can I say? Oh yeah, the Insight Man smile. Can I say that? Okay.
I don't know.
All I can picture.
Might have to bleep that out.
All I can picture in this is that commercial.
With that goofy smile that I have on my face.
Yes. And that ugly cake. They did that cake so wrong. That cake. Oh.
The color wasn't exactly right.
Yeah, because they got the lace right. If you see the lace around it was right, but the color.
The color was.
It was
too
good
light.
though. That was a good
Yes,
cake.
it was a very good cake.
They're still in business. We should order a cake.
And we did save the
topper.
The top.
Yeah.
And we ate it on our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
We did.
And it was still really good.
Yeah, and well, they did wrap it a certain way, and they like shrink wrapped it or something. I don't know what that wrap was that they put on it, but it was like opening up a Amazon package gone wrong. It was just encased in that thing. But when we thawed it, it tasted like the cake. So that was good.
Yeah.
I don't know if most people actually eat those, but they do.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Should I feed him this cake or shove it in his face?
Well, we actually discussed it beforehand that we weren't going to do that.
But I was feeling so devious that day. I mean, if you look at me, I'm concentrating. Just feed him the cake. We should have got cake and ate it while we did this video. We should have cake.
Well,
So maybe we'll do this again.
I don't know.
But yeah, just feed him the cake. Just feed him the cake.
But I do remember we did have that discussion beforehand.
That we weren't going to
shove it in each other's face.
Even though it is funny.
Because we both thought it was kind of disrespectful and we didn't want to do that. I know a lot of couples do, but...
and some of them do it out of fun, you know, but at the same time, it's like, we're going to be there in front of family and friends, and, you know, why? That just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, why would we do that? So we respectfully fed each other. This was hilarious. She was embarrassed by this picture.
But we did send it to her in a card one year.
Yep, because it was...
And she kept it.
She did not expect us to reach around and both of us kiss her on each side.
And we were thanking everyone as they were leaving, or as we could catch them, and here we are. Come here.
Yeah.
And
because Vicky was a family friend.
Is still a family friend.
Well, still is a family friend.
And she's in a wheelchair.
My mom met her
in the 90s.
In late 80s actually.
Yeah.
So they've known each other for quite a long time, and so we always have fun, and she comes over on our card nights and we play games, and so she was not expecting us to reach over and kiss her. I think we said that we were going to do that.
Yeah.
But that was funny.
You remember the night before our wedding, she brought over her stamp kit, and we stamped 1,000 napkins with these edible inks that she bought for our wedding.
Okay.
And they were placed all around the tables.
See, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember that now, because I wasn't even thinking about that. And there were different ones, like Here Comes the Bride and Groom, and they were all blue. And she went out and she picked out the blue that matched the girls' dresses, because she knew the color. And so, yeah. And were we coming to the end already?
Yep. Yeah, just like our wedding, it flew by, and this is as we're getting ready to leave.
Ugh.
And
my feet were killing me at that point.
It was amazing how it just in an instant it was over, and we were driving away.
Yeah.
Went to the hotel that we were going to stay at, and we were. What was crazy is we got to the hotel and we were famished.
Yes.
So we decided to go, and of all things, because we don't normally eat a lot of fast food, but
well, somebody gave us a gift card to McDonald's.
we had a gift card for McDonald's, and we were hungry for just some fast food.
I had chicken nuggets, I think. I don't remember what I ate.
I had a quarter pounder, I know that.
I think I had chicken nuggets.
But so we decided, instead of going back to the hotel
to go to the after party
to eat it, we went to the after party at my mom's.
Well,
knowing that everybody was going to be there, and
you
sure
have
enough,
to
they
remember.
were.
You have to remember, we consummated our marriage, obviously. Can I say that too? Probably not. So we did our thing. We got some food, and we were gonna go back to the hotel, and then we were like, well, I'm bored.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, I'm bored too. And then I said, I bet there's a party going on at your mom's. And you're like, maybe. And I was like, well, let's go. So we went, and
yep.
Sure enough, there was a party.
And
it was wild.
Everybody was
Everybody
there.
was drinking.
It was a fun time.
The rest of the cake was there. Oh, do you remember the picture with the chicken sticking out of the cake?
No.
It was in our photos, and I pointed it out to you. I have that extra photo at home, and I have to show it to you. But somebody took the bottom base of the cake, because 2 of the 3 layers of cake was eaten.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest, and actually, I think half of that bottom basin of the cake was eaten. But the other half was taken home to your mom's house. And somewhere on my wedding photos, our photographer took a picture of the rubber chicken that your mom had that the kids would play with, sticking out of the cake.
Okay. So we'll have to put that up next.
Yeah, because I just thought of that, because we go to the after party and we walk into the house and it's wild there. I mean, the wedding girls are drunk. We were only gone a couple hours, and those girls were trashed. Everybody spent the night at your mom's house that was there, because they were all plastered. And the first thing I'm greeted to when I walk through the door is the cake on the table, and there's this chicken, this fake rubber chicken standing up in the cake. And I'm like, what is that? And your mom's like, what is that? And we've got our McDonald's bags, and I think I was drinking sweet tea, and I was like, well, this is my dinner. And somebody brought one of those stupid kissing bells home with them, because I think your mom had all of them. And somebody is in the yard ringing the kissing bell, and I'm like, and that is why I didn't get to eat.
Yep. And we didn't. I mean, we went through and got our plates first, but
every time we would try and eat, somebody would ring the bell. And it's the kissing bell. You gotta kiss. And so after a while, I think we gave up and just kept eating. But we really didn't eat much. I don't even think I had a plate of food. I had cake, and the bells were ringing when we were feeding each other the cake. But I was like, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat this cake, and I don't care. Mm-hmm. And
yeah. Yeah. So that was an interesting experience.
Yeah. There's you know how there's like some things where you're like, oh, I would redo this again, and oh, not, but then at the same time you just kind of laugh at how crazy things were, and you just can't help it. It was just so mad.
Yeah. But we were very thankful, because a lot of family and friends helped with the catering and with the decorations and everything,
and we didn't really.
And then the cleanup too.
Yeah.
Because that was really important.
Yeah, and well, right before we left, people were leaving, and there were plates and stuff on the table, and I started picking it up, and your aunt, your wonderful Aunt Shirley, she's like, "What are you doing? You don't clean that up. You go to that hotel and have sex." and I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "Get out of here." And so we were shooed out, and we were told to go to our hotel and have sex. And so here, it's over. Let's get out of here. My feet hurt. I really didn't want to clean the kitchen. Hurry before they change their mind.
Yeah.
Because somebody would have changed their mind. And my nails looked phenomenal that day.
Yep.
Well, they actually look kind of good right now. Too bad I'll have to trim them for work.
Yeah. So, man, it's hard to believe 8 years ago, today was our wedding, and yet I'm so thankful that you said yes.
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I couldn't have said yes unless you asked. So
That's true.
but you asked and I said yes, so there.
Yeah. And so our first 8 years were wonderful.
Our first year dating was wonderful. Our very short engagement was wonderful. Yeah, it's been good so far.
Yep. Looking forward to another 70, 80 years more.
That's scary. I don't even want to know what I would look like then, because I look like a hot mess now.
Yeah. I loved you then, I love you now, and I will love you always.
That's good. I love you too.